So we're going to PetSmart and Target, and then we got to feed the horses. Um, I'm not feeling very particularly mentally strong today, nor am I feeling physically strong today. I'm getting over a cold or a flu or something, and it's been really messing with my undiagnosed health issue. So I've been trying to take it easy, and I've been working on a script. So Nick is with me. And then of course Hinno, who is chewing on a bone in the back seat. We do have a seatbelt for her. I just haven't been belting her. I don't have a good reason. I just haven't been. And I know I need to, especially because Sock, there was some reason that she couldn't be belted, and it was one that wasn't actually valid towards the end of her career, because my anxiety in cars is so bad that it's not uncommon for me to need a DPT or deep pressure therapy while in the car. And my reasoning was, if I belt her in, she doesn't have free range to come up in the front. But towards the end, when my anxiety got worse, I was like, no, I don't want her in the front while we're moving, in case we get into a car accident. She could get seriously injured. But now that she's retired, she's not traveling with us nearly as much. She's essentially just staying at home now. She does pet-friendly things, and of course our friends have all invited her to their houses. So that's a thing, but from now on, it's Hinno. Hinno is the only one working right now, and we need to work on her alerting. Actually, we need to teach her to alert, and we need to teach her how to give a DPT, as well as an MPT, a medium pressure therapy, and an LPT, a light pressure therapy, which are things that I use, but I know they're not common terms. So those are all things that I need to teach her. And I've been working so much on her reaction, not just to other dogs and other animals in general, but also to people and to stimuli when she's afraid or stressed. So at least for me, I'm okay with my dog reacting to things as long as they do it appropriately. So if someone drops something near my dog and they become afraid, I'm okay with them becoming afraid. We can work through that. But I need for them to react appropriately. So if they want to sit down, or if they want to shudder or something like that, that's fine. But if they jump around or they pull me over or something like that, that's not okay. And we've been working on that. She's actually been doing really well on all accounts. So we're doing more pet-friendly training. I would just like her reaction to dogs to be better. It's not as bad as Sock's. Sock used to bark and she used to growl, and you tell her to stop and she would just keep doing it under her breath, and it was a whole headache. It gave me so many anxiety attacks. It's one of the reasons why we retired her early, because she got worse and worse about it. So I was done, and she was starting to teach Hinno, and I didn't want her to learn that. So we split them up, and then we just retired Sock. Well, she more or less retired herself. But Hinno has gotten to the point where she may, and she doesn't do it all the time, but she may bark once we ask her to stop, and she does, but she still watches them. And so we're trying to work on redirection and refocusing. And that's the name of the game, is we're doing it both pet friendly and non-pet friendly. But we're concentrating on pet friendly. But this is the second time we've taken her into a store this week. So we are also going to be filming, so that way you can understand what it is I'm trying to say. She's also getting used to my walker, so am I. I've never before had to work a dog with a walker. I've worked a dog with ECVs, I've worked a dog with a shopping cart, but I've never had to work with them with a walker. And It's a little bit different than I would have expected. I would have expected it to be just like a shopping cart, but it's not.
About the moments we spent, I just want you to be happy. When someone tries to touch your scars, it doesn't seem to cure at all. Nothing's gonna be any better. I'll love you every day. Let's take a walk. Please don't guarantee your joy. Nothing's wrong with crying every day. It's just sort of a thing in the world. I'll say you're the destiny. Please don't guarantee your joy. Nothing's wrong with crying every day. It's just sort of a thing in the world. I'll say you're the best moment.
Come over here. Sit. Yes. So because she's acting the way that I want her to act, I'm just, leave it. What was that? I'm just giving her as many treats as possible to set it into her mind that not only is this behavior easier, but she gets lots of good, yummy treats if she acts this way when she sees another dog. Girl. Now, a lot of non-dog people think that if you're working on your dog and how they react to other dogs, if you see another dog, it's okay to just follow that other dog all the way through the store. But that's a really bad idea for multiple reasons. The first and foremost, you have no idea if that dog is friendly or if they're dog aggressive or if they're a fear biter or what's going on with that dog. Not to mention, if you are working with your reactions of your own dog, clearly your dog also shouldn't be in close proximity to other dogs in an uncontrolled way. And I mean uncontrolled in that owner doesn't know you. You probably didn't talk to them. Obviously, you don't have any idea what their dog is going through. All you have an idea of is your dog and what works for your dog. So it's been a couple of weeks since I created that video, and then I spent a week editing. But for the most part, I got sick and then I procrastinated a lot. I've also got some personal stuff going on. I don't really want to get into that, not because it's not important, but because it's legal issues, and I don't want to talk about it until it's wrapped up, and then I can talk about it plainly. But so there's a few things that I need to work on with Hinno. I need to work on. Her reaction to dogs is getting better, although what I didn't film was we had a vet appointment at PetSmart. We go to Banfield, that's our vet. And I haven't had any bad experiences with them. They've been pretty good. But she saw a German Shepherd puppy that was doing some obedience training. and yanked me in my wheelchair to it. That needs to be fixed. But all of those can be fixed by me spending more time on the leash with her. So doing more leash walking and stuff like that. She's not a dumb dog. She switches her brain off whenever she doesn't feel she's getting stimulated enough. And I know how to fix that. I know how to deal with that. So it's not that big of a deal. It's just I've been having a lot of bad days lately. But life goes on. She's been making pretty good progress, pretty steady progress. We go forward and we go back, just give and take. We've worked her in stores a couple of times and she's doing better and better. She does seem to get stressed out when there's loud noises and a lot of people. Both things that a service dog has to take in stride. So what we're going to start doing is we're going to start concentrating on pet-friendly places that don't appear to be pet-friendly. So like Lowe's and Home Depot, things like that. Maybe an empty PetSmart. We're still going to fit in PetSmart and Petco to our normal training routine. But we need to concentrate more of our time instead of going to the occasional non-pet friendly. We need to do like Lowe's in the midday when it's really packed and there's a lot of commotion, specifically on the weekend. Excuse me. But that's something that we need to do. I'm trying to avoid what they call flooding. And I know I did it in the video and that's not okay. But flooding is where you take something that your dog is stressed out by, and rather than backing them off and working them to that point, you throw them headlong and hope and pray that they'll be okay. It's not the preferable way. My rationalization isn't a good one. It's, when it comes down to it, no excuses, just stripped bare to the truth. I am a creature of habit, and that is a habit I need to break. But I trained Sock with a lot of flooding and a lot of stress, and that didn't work out. And that's one of the reasons that she retired so early, was because essentially she was like burned out from all the stress that I was putting her through. And so one thing that I really want to do is I do want to do the same type of training that I did for Sock in the way that it was thorough, but I don't want to do it the same way. I would like to slow down and make sure she's really, really got it well, and she's comfortable, and she's calm, and she's relaxed, and then we move on to the next step. With Sock, I noticed I did a lot of, oh, she's really stressed out by this, let me treat her and treat her and treat her, and then we'll move on to the next thing, even though she's very clearly not comfortable. And that culminated in some really bad behavior, that, like her reacting, which made me have more panic attacks. That's something that I really, really would like to avoid with Hinno, because I would like to relax and not have to keep my head on a swivel and watch for other dogs and other stimuli. I know that she's good. And the way that you do that is by going slow and steady. I need to take that from my rational into my muscle, if that makes any sense. But this isn't just for you guys. Of course, guys, watch my videos, learn from them, learn what not to do, learn what works for you guys, learn how to grow, how to pick apart what you're doing and take the best parts and make them even better, and just leave the bad parts behind completely. That's what I hope. However, I'm also doing these videos for my future self. I want to be able to see the steps that I took, where I went wrong, so that way I can not do those things for the next one. Or I can fix those micro problems. I hope they're micro problems. But those problems that I set in place, in motion, and I can fix them in the future by watching these videos and going, oh, I shouldn't have done that. That created this problem. Okay, so if I take care of this problem and then I take care of the root, that should completely deal with that. I'm also not a professional trainer, so who knows? I don't think she'll wash. I really don't. She has a lot of potential and she's making really good, steady progress. It's just the issues that I need to work on are important issues. It's easy to forgive a service dog who isn't a fan of mannequins. Even that can pose issues, but it's not easy to forgive a service dog who is fearful and stressed out whenever there's sudden loud noise. Sudden loud noises happen all of the times in life. So to set her up for success, I need to work through the issues that may appear unimportant and small, but actually really matter. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah.